Slovakian drug dealer arrested in Germany. German law enforcement authorities arrested a Slovak national, who is accused of selling narcotics. On May 2, just before midnight, police officers have identified the suspicious activity of an 18-year-old man near the railway station in Zornieding, Germany. When the officers checked the identity of the suspect, the 18-year-old handed out a pre-rolled joint to the police officers, presumably in the hope of avoiding an arrest. However, his situation only went worse. After law enforcement authorities searched the suspect, they found 100 grams of amphetamine in his backpack. The 18-year-old told the police that he bought the narcotics from the dark web. According to him, Degrees a good friend was to receive a part of the drug. The rest had been destined for his own consumption. As the 18-year-old did not have a permanent residence, he was temporarily arrested. The Erding Police Department took over of the further investigations against the 18-year-old. On the afternoon of the next day, the investigation did not lead law enforcement authorities to a darknet marketplace or a forum, but to a 19-year-old Slovak national, who rented a room in a boarding house in the municipal area of Zornieding. According to police information, the Slovakian national had sold 100 grams of amphetamine to the 18-year-old who was arrested near the Zornieding railway station. Soon after, investigators have tracked down the location of the suspect. They have searched his home. In the boarding house, law enforcement authorities found out that the refrigerator in the fridge was not used to store food, but drugs. Investigators seized approximately 1.5 kilograms of amphetamines in the refrigerator along with 80 grams of marijuana. In addition to that, the detectives seized a knife and a pepper spray in the man's room. After the officers found the narcotics in the 19-year-old's home, they arrested him. Police reported that the suspect is currently unemployed, and as the 18-year-old, he has no permanent residence. At the request of the prosecutor's office in Munich, the accused was presented on Thursday afternoon to the responsible investigator, who requested the investigation against the suspect. Law enforcement authorities issued a warrant against the 18-year-old on May 3. However, they did not provide any details about the police action. Since there is a lack of information in the case, we do not know exactly where the 19-year-old Slovakian national sold the 100 grams of amphetamines to the 18-year-old. However, since the 18-year-old told law enforcement authorities that he purchased the drugs from the dark side of the internet, there is a high possibility that the 19-year-old was trafficking narcotics on the dark web. If we presume that the 18-year-old told the truth to the police and bought the amphetamine from the Slovakian national on the darknet, then the 19-year-old could face a long time in prison. He did not just possess large amounts of narcotics at the time of his arrest, but he also allegedly sold drugs in degrees no small amounts, which has serious consequences in Germany, and in most countries.